My name is Morgan. I am 27 years old, and if you looked at my calendar, you would think I was a CEO running a Fortune 500 company. I am not. I am a graphic designer fighting for a promotion, and unfortunately, the daughter of Sylvia. It is December 1st. My alarm screams at me at 5 in the morning, but I have already been awake for an hour. Outside my apartment window, Chicago is being battered by a wind that rattles the glass. It is pitch black, freezing, and miserable. But I am not awake because of the weather. I am awake because my laptop is glowing in the dark, displaying the pitch deck for Apex Marketing. This presentation is my golden ticket. My boss, David, told me that if I land this client, the senior designer position is mine. That means a 20% raise, a corner office, and finally getting out from under the thumb of Todd. Todd is my coworker who sends passive-aggressive emails at 5:15 in the morning just to prove he is awake. Speaking of Todd, a notification pops up on my screen. Subject: quick thought on the font choice. I groan. I hate him. But before I can reply, my phone buzzes against the nightstand. It is not Todd. It is worse. It is my mother. Sent at 4:30 in the morning. There is no good morning. There is no how are you. There is just a demand. The text reads, "Did you book the time off for Christmas yet? We need to finalize the schedule. The governor's aide might be stopping by. Do not make me ask again." I stare at the screen. My eyes burn. I have told her 3 times that I am working until noon on Christmas Eve. I have told her about Apex Marketing. I have told her that my career is at a tipping point. But in the ecosystem of my family, my career is a cute little hobby I do between babysitting shifts. I type back, my fingers stiff from the cold. Mom, I told you. I work until the 24th. I cannot take extra days off. 3 dots appear instantly. She was waiting. Her reply comes through 10 seconds later, "You always have an excuse. Brittany took time off. Jared took time off. Why are you the only one who is difficult? We need you. Do not be selfish, Morgan." Selfish. That word is her favorite weapon. It is a rusty knife she twists in my gut every holiday season. I put the phone face down. I need coffee. I need a new life. As the coffee machine hisses to life, my mind drifts back to where this specific nightmare began. Thanksgiving. Exactly 1 week ago. My parents' house is a sprawling suburban mansion that smells of potpourri and judgment. But last Thursday, it smelled like burnt turkey and dirty diapers. I walked in and was immediately hit by a wall of noise. Imagine a jet engine, but the engine is screaming about wanting juice. That is what my family sounds like. Let me introduce the cast. My sister Brittany has 3 kids, Kayla, Braden, and Jace. We call them the Screamers. My brother Jared has 3 boys, Hunter, Ryder, and Axel. We call them the Wrecking Crew. At Thanksgiving dinner, Hunter, who is 7, decided he did not like the green beans. Instead of saying no thank you, he threw a handful of them at the crystal chandelier. My father, Walter, just chuckled and kept eating. Boys will be boys, he mumbled. He is the classic enabler. He would let the house burn down as long as he did not have to get up from his recliner. After dinner, while I was scrubbing dishes that I did not dirty, my mother cornered me in the pantry. She blocked the door. She had that glint in her eye, the one that means she has a plan, and I am the victim. "Morgan," she said, sipping her 3rd glass of wine. "Your father and I are going all out for the Christmas party this year. Catering, live music, the works. Since the governor's aide is coming, the house needs to be immaculate." "That sounds nice, Mom," I said, looking for an escape route. "It will be," she said. "But we cannot have the children underfoot while the decorators are setting up on the 23rd and 24th. So, we have decided you will take them." I froze. "Take them where?" "Here," she said, waving her hand vaguely. "Or down in the basement playroom." It does not matter. You will watch all 6 of them for those 2 days. Brittany needs to get her hair done, Jared needs to help Dad with the liquor run, and I need to manage the staff. So, you are on kid duty. 6 kids. 2 days. Including Christmas Eve. Mom, I said. That is 6 children. 2 are in diapers. Hunter just threw vegetables at the light fixture. I cannot handle 6 kids alone. She rolled her eyes. Stop being dramatic. You are so good with them. Besides, what else are you going to do? Sit in your apartment alone? You are single, Morgan. This is how you contribute. I am standing in my kitchen now, holding my hot coffee cup. I look down at my right hand. There is a faint, jagged white line running along the side of my thumb. It is a burn scar. A souvenir from 3 years ago. We call it the gravy boat incident. I was 24. Brittany had just had the twins and claimed she was too exhausted to exist. My mother volunteered me to cook Christmas dinner for 20 people. Not help cook. Cook everything. I spent 6 hours in the kitchen. I was sweating, tired, and starving. I was pulling a roasting pan out of the oven when the heavy ceramic gravy boat slipped off the counter. I tried to catch it, stupid instinct, and boiling hot turkey drippings poured over my hand. I screamed. It was a sound of pure agony. My mother rushed into the kitchen. She did not look at my hand, which was blistering before my eyes. She looked at the floor. Oh God, she gasped. Is the gravy ruined? I stood there, clutching my hand, tears streaming down my face. Mom, I burned myself. It really hurts. She sighed, grabbing a rag to wipe the floor. Run it under cold water, Morgan. Do not be dramatic. And please tell me there is more gravy in the pan. The mayor is arriving in 20 minutes. That scar is a reminder. It reminds me that to them, I am not a person. I am an appliance. I am a dishwasher, a nanny, a cook. And appliances do not have feelings. Appliances do not get tired. I rub the scar with my thumb. It does not hurt anymore, but the memory burns hotter than the gravy ever did. By December 5th, the emails start arriving. My sister Brittany is the type of mother who believes her children are royal heirs who must be protected from the harsh realities of the world, like generic brand snacks or the word no. My phone pings with an email. Subject: Kids' schedule and dietary needs for Christmas. I open the attachment. It is a PDF. It is 4 pages long. I sit down at my desk and read it, my jaw dropping lower with every line. Item 1. Kayla only eats grapes if they are peeled. The skin upsets her stomach. Please peel them beforehand. Item 2. Brayden needs absolute silence to nap between 2 and 3 in the afternoon. If he wakes up, he screams for an hour. You will need to keep the other 5 kids silent during this time. Item 3. Jace is allergic to generic wipes. You must use the organic bamboo ones I linked here. They are $12 a pack. Item 4. No screens allowed for the twins, except for educational content approved by me. I print the list out. I feel like I am losing my mind. I decide to drive over to my brother Jared's house. He is usually the reasonable one. Maybe he can talk some sense into Mom and Brittany. I find him in his garage, waxing his truck. It smells like car wax and gasoline. Jared, I say, holding up the list. Have you seen this? Mom wants me to watch all 6 kids for 2 days. Brittany sent me a manual. I have the Apex presentation, Jared. I cannot do this. Jared laughs. He does not even look up from his truck. Come on, Mo. Take one for the team. Courtney and I really need a break. The boys have been wild lately. Just put a movie on and feed them pizza. It is not rocket science. But 6 kids? I plead. Hunter broke a lamp last time I watched him for an hour. And Brittany says no screens. He shrugs, wiping a smudge off the bumper. So hide the lamps. Look, Mom is really stressed about this party. Do not be the one to ruin it, okay? Just do it. He dismisses me. Just like Dad. Just like Mom. I walk back to my car, shivering in the cold. I realize then that Jared is not reasonable. He is just relieved that I am the victim so he does not have to be. The pressure builds for 2 weeks. I am barely sleeping. Between Todd trying to sabotage my presentation at work and my mother sending daily countdown texts, I am a walking nervous breakdown. It is Tuesday morning. I am in a high-stakes Zoom meeting with my boss, David, and the client from Apex Marketing. I am sharing my screen, walking them through the new logo concepts. Suddenly, my cell phone starts buzzing on my desk. I look down. It is Mom. I decline the call. It buzzes again immediately. I decline it again. Then, the office landline on my desk rings. I freeze. No one calls the landline. Only HR or emergencies. I pick it up, trying to maintain my professional smile for the camera. Morgan speaking. Morgan, it is Sarah from reception, the receptionist whispers, sounding terrified. I have your mother on the other line. She says it is a dire emergency involving an elf. She is screaming, Morgan. My face goes hot. I can feel the client watching me on the screen. I can see Todd, who is also on the call, smirking in his little Zoom square. I put the phone down and mute my computer microphone. I pick up my cell phone and call my mother back. What? I hiss. What is the emergency? Is Dad okay? Morgan. Her voice is shrill enough to shatter glass. You moved the elf on the shelf when you were here yesterday. The twins cannot find it. They are crying. Where did you put it? I close my eyes. I am in a meeting with a client, Mom. You called my office reception for a toy elf? Well, if you had answered your cell phone, I would not have had to. Now tell me where it is. I hung up. I turned back to the computer, my hands trembling. I apologized to the client, claiming it was a family medical issue. I saw Todd roll his eyes. That afternoon, Todd sends me a Slack message, hope everything is okay with the elf. Let me know if you need me to take over the presentation. My mother is not just ruining my holiday. She is actively handing my promotion to my rival. The turning point comes on December 15th. The day the sadness turns into cold, hard rage. I go over to my parents' house to drop off some of the heavy Christmas gifts early. I want to get it over with. The house is quiet for once. I enter through the garage code. As I walk toward the kitchen, I hear voices coming from the sunroom. It is my mother and Brittany. They are laughing. Not the polite laughter they use at parties, but the deep, ugly laughter of two people getting away with something. I stop. I stand in the hallway, hidden by the coat rack. I cannot believe we got the reservation, Brittany says. The Golden Lotus Spa is booked out months in advance. I know, my mother replies. I can hear the ice clinking in her glass. I had to pull a few strings. But it will be worth it. The deluxe package. Massage, mud wrap, champagne lunch. We deserve it. But what about the kids? Brittany asks. Are you sure Morgan is going to handle them? Oh, please, my mother scoffs. Her voice drips with disdain. Morgan will do what she is told. She always does. I told her we would be busy prepping the house. She actually believed me. We will drop the brats off at 8, be at the spa by 10, and spend the whole day relaxing. It is going to be bliss. I feel the blood drain from my face. My hands go cold. They are not stressed. They are not working. They are lying. They are planning to dump 6 screaming children on me, children they do not want to deal with, so they can go get massages and drink champagne. They view me as a servant. A gullible, unpaid servant who is too stupid to say no. I quietly turn around. I walk back out to the garage, get in my car, and drive away. I do not confront them. If I confront them, they will just gaslight me. They will say I misunderstood. No. Confrontation is not the answer. Revenge is. That night, I meet my best friend Tasha for dinner at a dive bar. Tasha is a lawyer, and she has zero tolerance for nonsense. I tell her everything. The lists, the elf call, the spa conversation. Tasha slams her drink down on the table. Morgan, listen to me. You cannot do this. You absolutely cannot babysit those kids. I know, I say, staring at my nachos. But if I say no, they will bully me. My dad will call and cry. Mom will fake an illness. They will show up at my apartment. Then do not say no, Tasha says, her eyes narrowing. Use the gray rock method. What is that? Be a rock, she explains. Be boring. Be vague. Give them nothing to grab onto. Do not say yes, do not say no. Just say, I will see what I can do, or I am handling my schedule. Let them believe what they want to believe. But they will keep pushing, I say. Let them push, Tasha says. While they push, you plan. You need to leave, Morgan. Leave the state. Go somewhere they cannot find you. I think about it. I think about Todd smirking. I think about my mother laughing in the sunroom. Okay, I say. Let's do it. I go home and open my laptop. It is midnight. The apartment is silent. I log into my savings account. The account I labeled house deposit. There is $4,000 in there. It has taken me 3 years to save this. It was supposed to be for a condo. I open a travel website. I search for last-minute all-inclusive. I find a place called Emerald Bay Resort. It is in the Caribbean. White sand, turquoise water. And next to the hotel name are the most beautiful words in the English language, adults only. The flight leaves on the morning of December 23rd. The total cost for the flight and 5 nights is $3,800. It is almost all my money. I hover the mouse over the Book Now button. My mother's voice echoes in my head, you are selfish. No, I whisper to the empty room. I am surviving. I click the button. The screen loads. Confirmed. You are going to paradise. My heart pounds so hard I think it might crack a rib. I have just spent my life savings to run away from home. And for the first time in years, I smile. The week leading up to Christmas is an exercise in espionage. I have to play the part of the dutiful daughter while secretly preparing my escape. On December 20th, my mom texts me, come over and help me move the furniture in the basement. We need to make space for the playpen. I go over. I act submissive. I nod when she talks about the food schedule. I move boxes. But while I am there, I have a mission. My parents recently installed a Ring doorbell and an indoor security camera in the living room to watch the dog. Mom, I say, pulling out my phone. Can I get the Wi-Fi password again? My phone disconnected. She rattles it off without looking up. I connect to the Wi-Fi. Then, while she is in the other room yelling at the decorators, I pick up my dad's iPad which is sitting on the counter. I find the Ring app. I add my email address as a shared user. I open the app on my phone. Bingo. I can see the living room feed. I can see the front door feed. I slip the iPad back onto the counter. Now, I have eyes on the target. When the chaos hits, I won't just hear about it. I will watch it. As I am leaving my parents' house, I spot Mrs. Higgins across the street. Mrs. Higgins is the neighborhood busybody. She is 70 years old, sharp as a tack, and she absolutely hates my mother. 2 years ago, my mother told Mrs. Higgins that her prize-winning roses looked tacky. Mrs. Higgins has never forgiven her. I walk over to her porch. It is freezing, but she is out there sweeping snow. Mrs. Higgins? I say. She looks up. Hello, Morgan. You look tired, dear. I am, I say. I reach into my bag and pull out a bottle of expensive Merlot. I brought this for you. Merry Christmas. She eyes the bottle, then me. What is the occasion? I lean in close. I am going away for Christmas. My mother does not know. On the morning of the 23rd, she thinks I am coming to watch 6 children. When I do not show up, it is going to be loud. Mrs. Higgins' eyes light up with a mischievous glee. She tucks the wine under her arm. I was wondering, I continue. If you see anything interesting, could you text me? Morgan, honey, she says, a grin spreading across her face. For a bottle of Merlot, I will give you a play-by-play commentary. I will pull up a chair to the window. I smile. I have a spy. It is December 22nd. The night before the escape. My apartment looks like a staging ground for a secret operation. I have 2 suitcases open. Suitcase number 1 is the decoy. I pack it with thick wool sweaters, jeans, heavy socks, and snow boots. I leave it right by the front door. If my brother or sister stops by unannounced and sees it, they will think I am packing to go to my parents' house. Suitcase number 2 is the real one. It contains 3 bikinis, 4 sundresses, high SPF sunscreen, and my Kindle. There is not a single piece of winter clothing in it. I carry the real suitcase down to my car in the dark. I hide it in the trunk under an old blanket and some gym bags. I feel paranoid. Every car that drives by looks like my brother's truck. Every phone notification makes me jump. My sister Brittany texts me at 9 p.m, do not forget, drop-off is at 8 a.m. sharp. The twins are bringing their drum set. Hope you do not mind the noise. LOL. A drum set. She is bringing a drum set to a house where I am supposed to be the only adult. The disrespect is so loud it is almost funny. I reply with a single thumbs up emoji. The Grey Rock. I cannot sleep. It is midnight. I am sitting on my kitchen floor, drinking a glass of water. My phone is buzzing with the group chat. Mom, Morgan, remember to arrive by 7:30 so we can go over the list. Jared, hey Mo, can you make sure to charge Hunter's iPad? We lost the charger. Brittany, does anyone have extra almond milk? I do not reply to any of them. I open my journal. I need to write this down so I do not chicken out. I write, Dear Morgan. You are scared right now. You feel guilty. But remember the gravy boat. Remember the spa conversation. Remember that they are lying to you. If you go there tomorrow, you are teaching them that it is okay to use you. You are teaching them that you have no value. Tomorrow, you are not running away. You are resigning. I close the journal. I set my alarm for 4 a.m. The trap is set. The tickets are booked. The spy is in place. Tomorrow, the world burns. And I will be watching from 30,000 feet. Oh my God, the suspense is killing me. Morgan is about to pull off the ultimate escape. Do you think she can get out before her family catches her? If you are rooting for Morgan, please hit that like button right now. It really helps the channel. Also, make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss the explosion in the next part. And I want to know, what city are you watching from? Leave a comment below with your city name. I love seeing where our listeners are. It is 5 o'clock in the morning on December 23rd. I am sitting in the driver's seat of my car, my hands gripping the wheel so hard my knuckles are white. Chicago has decided to throw one last obstacle in my way. A blizzard hit overnight. The streets are covered in 6 inches of fresh, unplowed snow. The wind is howling, shaking the frame of my small sedan. I back out of my driveway slowly. My tires spin on the ice, making a sickening screeching sound. I hold my breath. Please do not get stuck. Please do not let the battery die. The car catches traction. I am moving. The drive to O'Hare Airport usually takes 40 minutes. Today, in this weather, it is going to take an hour. Every minute counts. If I miss this flight, I am trapped. I merge onto the highway. It is a whiteout. I can barely see the taillights of the car in front of me. Suddenly, I see headlights in my rearview mirror. Bright, high beams. A large black truck is tailgating me aggressively. My heart stops. My brother Jared drives a black Ford F-150. He is an aggressive driver. Is it him? Did he wake up early to get ice? Did he recognize my car? The truck flashes its lights. I panic. I look for an exit. There is nowhere to go. I am trapped in the middle lane. The truck roars past me on the left, spraying slush onto my windshield. I gasp, hitting the wipers frantically. As the truck passes, I look over. It is not Jared. It is just a stranger. I let out a sob that I didn't know I was holding. The adrenaline is coursing through my veins like poison. I am terrified. But beneath the terror, there is something else. Determination. I am not turning back. I make it to the airport parking lot at 6:30. I park on the roof of the garage, the only spot left. The wind-up here is brutal, cutting through my hoodie like knives. I grab my suitcase from the trunk. I leave the snow scraper and the emergency blanket behind. I won't need them where I am going. Inside the terminal, it is chaos. Holiday travelers are everywhere, sleeping on the floor, arguing with ticket agents. The smell of stress and stale coffee is overwhelming. I keep my head down. I am wearing oversized sunglasses and a hood, looking like a celebrity trying to avoid paparazzi. Or a criminal on the run. I check my bag. Then, I head straight for the security line. My phone buzzes in my pocket. I ignore it. I make it through security and check the time. 7:15. My flight boards in 30 minutes. I decide to splurge. I pay $60 for a day pass to the airline lounge. I cannot risk sitting at the gate. What if a neighbor is flying out? What if a cousin sees me? The lounge is quiet. I find a seat in the back corner, behind a decorative fern. I sit down and finally exhale. My phone buzzes again. It is a text from my mother. Do not be late. 7:30 sharp. I look at the time. It is 7:20. She is already getting anxious. She knows, deep down, that I am the linchpin of her entire operation. I do not reply. I order a mimosa from the lounge attendant. My hands are shaking as I lift the glass. Just as I am starting to calm down, another notification pops up. I think it is family, but it is not. It is Todd from work. The text reads, "Heard you are taking time off for family stuff. Hope the Apex presentation is in good shape. I am polishing mine all weekend. Would hate for you to drop the ball now." I stare at the screen. Todd is a shark. He knows I am stressed. He knows family drama distracts me. He is banking on me being exhausted and unfocused when we return in January so he can swoop in and steal the promotion. This text changes everything. Up until this moment, leaving was about mental health. Now, it is about survival. If I stay and babysit those 6 kids, I will be too exhausted to perfect my pitch. I will lose the promotion. Todd will win. I cannot let Todd win. I type a reply, presentation is locked and loaded, Todd. Enjoy your weekend. I put the phone down. The stakes have just been raised. I am not just saving my Christmas. I am saving my career. They call my boarding group. Group 3. I walk down the jet bridge. The cold air of Chicago is left behind, replaced by the smell of jet fuel and recycled cabin air. I find my seat. 14A. A window seat. I sit down and buckle my belt. The plane fills up. I watch the people around me, families arguing, businessmen typing on laptops. They have no idea that I am about to detonate a nuclear bomb in my family group chat. The pilot's voice comes over the intercom. Flight attendants, prepare for departure. It is 8:15 in the morning. Right now, back at the house, Brittany is pulling into the driveway. Jared is unloading the wrecking crew. My mother is opening the front door, expecting to see me. They are looking at an empty driveway. I pull out my phone. I open the family group chat. I paste the message I have drafted and redrafted for 3 days. It reads, "Dear family, I told you weeks ago that I was busy. You chose to ignore me. You chose to book a spa day and lie to me about it. I know about the Golden Lotus reservation. I am not your servant. I am not your babysitter. I am currently on a plane leaving the country. Do not wait for me. Figure it out yourselves. Merry Christmas." I attach the photo I took in the jet bridge, me, holding my passport, with the plane visible behind me. My thumb hovers over the send button. My heart is hammering against my ribs. This is it. The point of no return. I press send. The blue bubble swooshes up. Delivered. I immediately swipe down and tap the airplane mode icon. The signal cuts out. My phone becomes a brick. The engines roar. The plane lurches forward. As we accelerate down the runway, I feel a physical weight lifting off my chest. Gravity pushes me back into the seat, but I feel lighter than air. We lift off. I watch the gray, snowy streets of Chicago shrink below me. I watch my parents' neighborhood disappear under the clouds. I am free. 5 hours later, the pilot announces our descent. I look out the window. The gray sky has been replaced by a blinding, brilliant blue. The ocean below looks like a sheet of turquoise glass. We land. As I step off the plane onto the tarmac, the heat hits me. It is 85 degrees. The air is thick and humid, smelling of salt and hibiscus. I shed my hoodie, revealing the tank top underneath. I put on my sunglasses. I feel like I am shedding my old skin. I take a taxi to the resort. Emerald Bay. The lobby is open air. There are no walls, just pillars and a thatched roof. A waiter hands me a cold towel that smells like lemongrass. "Welcome to paradise, Miss Morgan," he says. I check in. The receptionist smiles. "You are in the oceanfront suite. And just so you know, this is an adults-only property. No children under 18 are allowed on the premises." I almost cry. No screaming. No crying. No Baby Shark playing on repeat. I get to my room. It is beautiful. White linens, dark wood, a balcony that overlooks the sea. I throw my suitcase on the bed. I do not unpack. I walk out to the balcony and lean against the railing. The sound of the waves crashing is the only sound I hear. I pour myself a glass of water from the minibar. I sit down on the lounge chair. It is time. I take my phone out of my pocket. It is still on airplane mode. I take a deep breath. I tap the icon to turn it off. My phone freezes. Literally freezes. The screen goes black for a second, overwhelmed by the data trying to push through. Then, it begins. It sounds like a machine gun. The notifications cascade down the screen so fast I cannot read them. 152 missed calls. 310 text messages. 64 voicemails. I scroll to the bottom to read them chronologically. It is fascinating. I can see the 5 stages of grief playing out in real time. Stage 1, denial. 8:15 a.m. Mom, where are you? You are late. 8:20 a.m. Brittany, Morgan, stop playing games. Open the door. Stage 2, anger. 8:45 a.m. Mom, I saw the text. How dare you? You ungrateful brat. Come back now. 9 a.m. Jared, answer the phone, Morgan. The boys are going crazy. Stage 3, bargaining. 9:30 a.m. Dad, Morgan, please. We will pay you. We will give you $100. Just come back. 9:45 a.m. Brittany, I will let you use my HBO password. Just come home. Stage 4, depression. 10 a.m. Mom, the spa appointment is gone. We lost the deposit. I am crying, Morgan. How could you hurt me like this? Stage 5, acceptance, or in this case, pure rage. 11 a.m. Jared, you are dead to us. Do not bother coming to Christmas dinner. I read the messages, and I feel detached. It is like reading a story about someone else. The guilt I expected to feel isn't there. Instead, I feel a strange sense of power. Amidst the flood of hate mail, I see a separate thread. It is from Mrs. Higgins, my spy across the street. She has sent 5 photos. I open the first one. It shows my sister Brittany standing on the front lawn. She is gesturing wildly at the front door. Her minivan is double parked in the driveway, the trunk open. The second photo shows my brother Jared kicking the snowman I built last week. The snowman's head has rolled into the street. The third photo is a close-up of my mother standing in the doorway. She is still in her bathrobe. Her hair is a mess. She looks like she is screaming. Mrs. Higgins' text reads, "Honey, this is better than soap operas. Your mother came over here 10 minutes ago asking for a spare key. I told her I lost it years ago. It is in my pocket." Brittany looks like she is about to explode. I can hear the children screaming from inside my kitchen. Enjoy your beach. Cheers. I laugh out loud. A real, deep belly laugh. Mrs. Higgins is a national treasure. I want to see it. I need to see it with my own eyes. I open the Ring app on my phone. I tap on living room camera. The feed loads. It is grainy, black and white, but clear enough. The living room looks like a bomb went off. There are suitcases open on the floor. Wrapping paper is strewn everywhere. I see my nephew Hunter run across the frame. He is wearing muddy boots on the white carpet. He leaps onto the sofa, the beige velvet sofa my mother does not let anyone sit on. He starts bouncing. Then, I see my mother. She walks into the frame. She is holding a glass of wine. It is not even noon yet. She looks defeated. She sinks into the armchair and puts her head in her hands. My father walks in behind her. He looks lost. He picks up a remote control, looks at it, and puts it down. Suddenly, Axel, the 3-year-old, runs in. He is holding a marker. A permanent marker. He runs straight for the wall. I wince. Oh, that is going to leave a stain. I watch for 10 minutes. It is absolute, unmitigated chaos. And the best part? It is not my chaos. I close the app. I order a lobster roll from room service. It tastes like victory. That evening, I go down to the pool bar to watch the sunset. The sky is a painting of purple and orange. I sit at the bar and order a mojito. Next to me sits an older woman. She looks to be in her 60s, elegant, wearing a white linen kaftan and oversized sunglasses. Rough day? She asks, nodding at my phone, which is still lighting up with notifications on the bar counter. Family, I say. I ran away from Christmas. She smiles. A slow, knowing smile. Good for you. We start talking. Her name is Susan. She is a retired architect from New York. I tell her everything. I tell her about the lists, the demands, the gravy boat, the spa lie. I expect her to be shocked. Instead, she nods. I did the same thing, she says. 30 years ago. My mother was a narcissist. She wanted me to be her caretaker, her emotional support animal. I moved to London without telling her. Did you feel guilty? I ask. For the first year? Yes, Susan says. But then I realized something. You are not punishing them, Morgan. You are teaching them. Teaching them what? How to treat you, she says. People treat you the way you allow them to treat you. You have spent your whole life teaching them that you are a doormat. Today, you taught them you are a door. And doors can be closed. I stare at her. A door. Exactly, Susan says, raising her martini glass. Here is to closing doors. I clink my glass against hers. To closing doors. The next morning is Christmas Eve. Since direct attacks haven't worked, my family has escalated to the next level of warfare, the flying monkeys. In psychology, flying monkeys are the people a narcissist recruits to do their bidding. My phone pings with a voicemail from Aunt Linda. Aunt Linda is my mother's sister. She is very religious and very judgmental. I play the voicemail on speaker. Morgan, this is your Aunt Linda. I just got off the phone with your mother. She is hysterical. I cannot believe you would abandon your family like this. The Bible says to honor your father and mother. You are being sinful, Morgan. Call her immediately. I delete the voicemail. Then, a DM pops up on Instagram from my cousin Becky. Wow, ruining Christmas for the kids? Nice look, Morgan. Hope you are proud of yourself. I feel a twinge of guilt. The social pressure is designed to make me crack. It is designed to make me feel like the villain. But then I remember the live feed. I remember the permanent marker on the wall. I remember Todd smirking at work. I decide to fight back. I open Canva on my phone. I create a text graphic. It has a nice festive background. The text reads, I am currently on vacation. I will not be responding to messages regarding unpaid labor, guilt trips, or tantrums. If you have an emergency, call 911. If you are mad that I am not babysitting, call a nanny. I post it to my Instagram story and Facebook. Then, I turn off notifications for all social media apps. I put my phone down and pick up my book. Let them scream into the void. Morgan is absolutely savage. Posting that to Facebook? I can hear the family group chat exploding from here. If you are loving this malicious compliance, please hit that like button. It helps the video so much. And make sure you subscribe, because in the next part, the family tries to fake a heart attack to get her back. You do not want to miss that. Let me know in the comments, would you have the guts to post that message? Yes or no? It is 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Christmas Eve. While my family is presumably barricading themselves against a toddler uprising, I am sitting in the hotel's business center. It is quiet here. The air conditioning hums softly. I have my laptop open. I know I should be relaxing, but Todd's text from yesterday is still itching at the back of my brain. I am polishing mine all weekend. I open my pitch deck for Apex Marketing. I look at the logo designs I created weeks ago. They are good, but they are safe. They look like the work of someone who is afraid to take risks. Someone who is afraid of making a mistake. I delete the third slide. I start over. For 2 hours, I work. But for the first time in years, I am not working out of fear. I am working with clarity. Without the mental load of my mother's voice in my ear, without the anxiety of the to-do lists, my creativity flows like water. I redesign the entire branding strategy. I make it bold. I make it loud. It is the kind of design Morgan the doormat would never have dared to present. At 4:15, I hit save. I attach the file to an email addressed to my boss, David. I type, David, I had a breakthrough. Disregard the previous draft. This is the one. See you in January. I hit send. I lean back in the chair. Take that, Todd. I head back to the pool to catch the last rays of sun. My phone is on the table next to me, still silent, but the screen lights up with a text that bypasses my Do Not Disturb filter because it is marked as an emergency SOS. It is from Jared. The preview text makes my blood run cold. MOM collapsed. She is clutching her chest. We think it is a heart attack. Ambulance is coming. You need to call US now. I freeze. The book drops from my hands. A heart attack? My mother is 58. She drinks too much wine, she has high blood pressure, and she stresses herself out over nothing. It is entirely possible. Panic rises in my throat like bile. Did I do this? Did the stress of the party, the screaming kids, and my abandonment finally push her over the edge? If she dies, and I am sitting here drinking a mojito, I will never forgive myself. I grab my phone. My thumb hovers over Jared's contact. I need to call. I need to book the next flight home. But then, I pause. I remember the gravy boat. I remember the migraine she faked 3 years ago to get out of babysitting so she could go to the gala. I remember the work she had to do yesterday that turned out to be a spa appointment. Trust, but verify. I close the phone app. My hands are shaking so badly I almost drop the device. I open the Ring app. I tap on living room camera. Please, let her be okay. Please. The feed loads. There is the living room. It is even messier than it was yesterday. But there, sitting at the dining room table, is my mother. She is not on the floor. She is not clutching her chest. She is holding a glass of red wine in one hand and a piece of pizza in the other. She looks angry, yes. But she looks perfectly healthy. My brother Jared is standing next to her, looking at his phone. I turn up the volume on my phone to hear the audio from the camera. Did she reply yet? My mother asks. Her voice is clear. No slurring. No gasping for air. No, Jared says. I sent the SOS text like you said. Send another one, she commands. Tell her the paramedics are loading me onto the stretcher. Tell her I am asking for her. That will get her. I stare at the screen. The world stops spinning. They are faking it. They are faking a life-threatening medical emergency to manipulate me into coming home to clean their house. The fear evaporates instantly, replaced by a rage so hot, so pure, that I feel like I could melt the phone in my hand. This is it. This is the line. They did not just cross it, they burned it down. I take a screenshot of the camera feed. I do not call Jared. I initiate a FaceTime call to my mother directly. I walk to the edge of the pool. The Caribbean Ocean is sparkling blue behind me. I put on my sunglasses. I look like a movie star. I look like someone who does not care. She answers on the first ring. She probably thinks I am calling to sob, to apologize, to beg for forgiveness. Morgan. She yells. Her face fills the screen. She immediately tries to get into character. She puts a hand to her forehead, fluttering her eyes. Oh, Morgan, my heart. I do not know if I can take this. Cut the act, Mom, I say. My voice is hard as diamonds. She blinks. What? I am watching you on the living room camera, I say. I hold the phone up so she can see the palm trees behind me. I saw you eating the pizza. I heard you tell Jared to lie about the paramedics. Her face goes pale. Then, it turns a violent shade of red. You are spying on us? I am checking on the house I abandoned, I say. And I see a liar. How dare you? She screams, abandoning the fake heart attack completely. She sits up straight, knocking her wine glass over. You ungrateful little spy. The house is a wreck. The caterers threatened to quit because Ryder bit one of them. The governor's aide is coming in 5 hours. You have to come home. No, I say. What do you mean no? I am your mother. You are a manipulator, I say. You lied about the spa. You lied about the heart attack. You gambled that I would be too weak to leave. You gambled that I loved you too much to let you fail. I pause. You lost. I disown you. She screeches. Her voice cracks. Do not bother coming back. You are out of the will. Okay, I say. I smile. It is a genuine smile. Bye, Mom. I hang up. I stand there for a moment, listening to the waves. I feel light. I feel hollowed out, but in a good way. Like a rot has been scraped away. That night is Christmas Eve. Usually, this is the most stressful 4 hours of my year. Usually, I am running around serving appetizers, wiping up juice spills, and being told by my mother that my dress is too tight or too loose. Tonight, I am at the resort's gala dinner. There are fairy lights strung between the palm trees. A steel drum band is playing Silent Night with a reggae beat. I sit at a table with Susan and a lovely couple from London I met at the beach. We eat grilled mahi-mahi and drink rum punch. I raise my glass. To freedom, I say. To freedom, Susan echoes. We dance. I laugh until my sides hurt. I realize that for 27 years, I have hated Christmas. But I didn't hate the holiday. I hated my job description. At 10 p.m., while I am eating chocolate lava cake, my phone buzzes. It is Mrs. Higgins. She sends a text that is just a string of siren emojis. Then, a police car just pulled up to your parents' house. Me, what happened? Mrs. Higgins, noise complaint. The neighbors 2 doors down called it in. Apparently, the music was too loud, or maybe it was just the screaming. I saw the flashing lights. Also, I saw the governor's aide's car pull up at 7. A nice black sedan. It left at 7:20. He did not stay for dinner. I look at the text. The party was a disaster. The VIP guest walked out after 20 minutes. The police came. It is the ultimate humiliation for my mother. Her perfect image, destroyed. And she did it all to herself. If she had just asked me. If she had just hired a nanny. If she had just told the truth. I look up at the stars. Merry Christmas, Morgan, I whisper. I fly back on December 27th. The flight is quiet. I sit in the window seat and watch the ocean turn into farmland, and the farmland turn into the snowy grid of Chicago. I feel different. I am not the scared girl who left 4 days ago. I feel armor-plated. I land at O'Hare. It is 10 degrees outside. The wind cuts through my hoodie, but the cold does not bother me. I have the Caribbean sun stored in my bones. I take an Uber to my apartment. I do not tell anyone I am back. I turn my phone on, but I keep the notifications silenced. I stay in my apartment for 2 days. I unpack slowly. I wash the sand out of my clothes. I prep for my work presentation. The voicemails on my phone shift tone. The anger is gone. The screaming is gone. Now, it is desperation. Mom, Morgan, please call me. We have so much cleaning to do. The carpet is ruined. Dad, Morgan, answer the phone. We need to talk. Your mother is depressed. Jared, hey Mo, I am sorry about the heart attack text. Mom made me do it. Call me back? I do not answer. I let them sit in the silence. I let them sit in the mess they created. Tasha comes over on the 29th. She brings a bottle of wine and the gossip. It was worse than we thought, she says, eyes wide. My mom talked to your Aunt Linda. Apparently, Axel, the 3-year-old, got into the chocolate fountain. The chocolate fountain? I ask. Yes. He stripped down to his diaper and ran through the living room covered in chocolate fondue. He hugged the governor's aide. That is why the aide left. I wince. That is bad. That is legendary bad. And the TV? Tasha asks. What about it? Broken. Hunter threw a Wii remote through the screen. 80 inches. Gone. I do the math in my head. A new TV, professional carpet cleaning, the wasted catering money, the reputation damage. This weekend cost them thousands of dollars. If I had been there, that broken TV would have been my fault. They would have said, Morgan wasn't watching him close enough. But I wasn't there. So the blame sits squarely on Jared and Brittany. They have to eat it. They have to own it. I decide it is time to meet them. But I am not going empty-handed. I sit down at my computer. I open a spreadsheet. I create a document. At the top, I write, invoice. Item 1, emotional distress caused by false medical emergency. Price, $1,000. Item 2, last-minute travel booking fees, forced evacuation. Price, $500. Item 3, consultant fee for future services. It is symbolic, mostly. But it is a prop I need for the meeting. It is a physical representation of my new boundaries. I text them, meet me at the Starbucks on Main Street at 10 a.m. Just mom and dad. If anyone yells, I leave. I walk in at 10 sharp. They are sitting at a corner table. They look terrible. My mother looks 10 years older. Her hair is flat. Her eyes are puffy. My father looks exhausted, staring into his black coffee. I sit down. I do not hug them. Hi, I say. Morgan, my mother starts. Her voice is weak. How could you? We were humiliated. I cut her off. You humiliated yourselves, I say. You lied to me. You tried to ruin my career. You tried to use me as unpaid labor. And when I refused, you faked a heart attack. She flinches. She knows she cannot defend that. We needed help, my dad says, his voice cracking. It was too much. I know it was too much, I say. That is why I said no. But you did not care if it was too much for me. You only cared about your party. I slide the piece of paper across the table. This is the new deal, I say. My mother picks up the paper. Her hands are shaking. What is this? She asks. These are my terms, I say. If you ever want me to watch the kids again, and I mean ever, this is the contract. I point to the list. Rule number 1, you ask, you do not demand. Rule number 2, I need 2 weeks' notice. Rule number 3, I get paid. $50 an hour per child. Paid in advance. Rule number 4, no holidays. I spend holidays in my own home. $50? My mother gasps. That is extortion. Family does not charge family. Family does not exploit family, I shoot back. You tried to trick me. This is the cost of doing business with me now. Take it or leave it. If you do not like it, hire a stranger. See how much they charge for 6 kids on a holiday. She looks at my dad, waiting for him to back her up. Waiting for him to scold me. My father sighs. He looks at the paper. Then he looks at my mother. Sylvia, sign it, he says quietly. Walter. She is right, Dad says. We messed up. That party cost us $5,000 in damages. Morgan at $50 an hour is a bargain. My mother's mouth drops open. She looks at me. She sees the stranger sitting across from her. She sees the woman who flew away and came back stronger. Fine, she whispers. Fine. I go back to work in January. I feel unstoppable. I deliver the Apex marketing pitch. Because I was rested, tanned, and full of a new, terrifying confidence, I crushed it. The client loved the bold design. My boss, David, called me into his office the next day. "Morgan, that was stellar," he said. "The client signed. The senior designer position is yours." I walked out of his office and saw Todd. He looked miserable. "Good job, Morgan," he muttered. "Thanks, Todd," I smiled. "I hope you had a relaxing Christmas." It has been a month since the Great Christmas Rebellion. Last week, my brother Jared texted me. "Hey Mo, Courtney and I have an anniversary dinner. Can you watch the boys for 4 hours?" I waited. A minute later, a Venmo notification popped up on my phone. "Jared sent you $600 babysitting fee. He paid for 3 boys, 4 hours, at $50 an hour." I texted back, "Sure. Drop them off at 6. The dynamic has shifted. It is awkward, yes. Brittany is still cold to me. She thinks I owe her an apology for her ruined spa day. But she doesn't ask me to peel grapes anymore. My mom is cautious. She treats me like a guest now, not a servant. When I go over for dinner, she asks if I want a drink instead of telling me to set the table. I lost the title of perfect daughter. I am now the difficult one. The selfish one. But you know what? I like this title better. Because the selfish one gets to sleep in on weekends. The selfish one has a savings account that is growing again. And the selfish one has self-respect. I look at the scar on my hand. It is just a white line now. It doesn't hurt. I learned that you cannot set yourself on fire just to keep everyone else warm. Because once you burn out, they will just complain that the fire died. So, here is my question to you all. Am I the bad guy for leaving my mother with 6 screaming kids and boarding a plane to a tropical island? Was I cruel to let them fail so spectacularly? Or was this the only way to break the cycle of abuse and force them to finally respect me as a human being? Thank you so much for listening to this story. If you think I did the right thing, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Reddit drama family stories. If you think I was too harsh, tell me why in the comments. I read every single one. See you in the next video.